Michael Bublé, haven't met you yet. I'm hoping to meet you guys at the One Republic gig. One Republic, Ryan Tedder are on stage at the NSCI Dome. Yours truly, I'm the MC, so I'm going to be backstage with Ryan and the band. Hope to see all of you there. Tickets are at Kizunga and Book My Show. So that's pretty much the weekend action on Radio 1. You come in the evening to the One Republic gig. If you're interested in going somewhere meaningful during the day, we also have the International Record Day celebrations along with Sony Music at the Royal Opera House. So that's another thing which is really important and it's happening. Tomorrow, Rajkumar Rao is paying me a visit. Omerta is in theatres. And today, like I told you at the fag end of the show yesterday, Chhavi and Manasi are in studio. We're talking the Saturday art class. And I'm pleased to welcome two young ladies who are doing an absolute stellar job.
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishikesh.
Manasi Mehan, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for having us here today.
Great to have you here. And Chhavi Khandelwal, welcome to the show.
Hi. Yeah? Thanks for having us here.
Let's set the precedent of what you guys do and then we'll get into the details of why you do what you do. So Chhavi, the Saturday art class, when did it start? What was the principal idea behind starting it?
So Manasi was a Teach for India fellow in 2015-2016 and she took up a second grade class and then she went on to become their teacher for 2 years. So she was second and third. And then she was looking for an art teacher because for a normal teacher, math, science, English, planning, all those lessons throughout the week becomes a task. And her children wanted an outlet, they wanted art. So she was looking for an art teacher and I met her somewhere and she said, "Oh, are you interested in coming and teaching art to children?" I was studying architecture at that time from Academy of Architecture. And
so basically I was teaching in a low-income school in Mumbai and I wanted to have a space for my children to just be children. Being their class teacher, I realized that they had lost their childhood at a very, very young age. When I asked them to talk about their problems, they were very comprehensive about problems they saw around them, like murder, rape, abuse. And that's when I realized that these children need to get their childhood back. And Chhavi and I started Saturday art class with 30 children in the classroom that I was teaching in. And we created that space where they just had fun with color and they also learned values through the process of art. So what Saturday art class really is, it's a value-based curriculum in low-income schools around Mumbai. And we teach them art and at the same time we teach them values and basic life skills and exposure of what's happening around the world using art as a medium.
Okay, just now now that we've got our Facebook Live up and running, the mandatories. We're live audio online across the nation on www.onecast.in, numeral 1cast.in. On your Mumbai radio sets, it's 94.3 on the FM band, and only if you're not driving. Statutory warning: if you're in the backseat of a chauffeur-driven car, backseat of a radio taxi, at home or at the office without a radio set, then you can view video. We're streaming video live on facebook.com/radio1.mum, radio1.mum. In that aspect, Manasi, it's really an ideal teaming up, because here are you with a skill set, and hats off to what the wonderful Shaheen and the even more wonderful Anu Aga are doing at Teach for India. Both of them have been on the show, sitting on the same chair as you have sat on, and I have the highest respect for them. So in that aspect, you with your teaching skills, having done the fellowship, and Chhavi with her background in architecture and art, were really the ideal combination. But you do have a third co-founder.
Yes.
And he's not here, so I'd like you to say a few words about him.
That's Ayush Bansal, and he's basically the brain behind Saturday art class. Chhavi, at that point when we decided to take Saturday art class as a full-time venture, had a job and I had just finished the fellowship to sort of give us that go ahead to start and take this up as a full-time venture. Like I said, we started Saturday art class with 30 children, but today we're working with 1,200 children across the city of Mumbai. And it's because of Ayush and the way he strategizes our moves and the ideas and the business strategies he comes up with is why we've been able to expand so quickly in such a short time.
Wonderful. We're going to take some rock in the form of Dire Straits, Money for Nothing, and back in a couple of minutes with Chhavi and Manasi from the Saturday art class. Don't go anywhere, I'm Hrishikesh. There's some trivia for you guys. All the highs, the beginning, the one that goes, "Ow, oh my MTV," all of that is Sting. Sting's vocals on Dire Straits and Mark Knopfler's Money for Nothing. A classic to rev up your morning. Manasi and Chhavi are here. They're from the Saturday art class. Some stupendous work. 9:21. We're live online audio across the nation on www.onecast.in, numeral 1cast.in. Now streaming video live only if you're not driving on facebook.com/HRISHIKAY. That's HRISHIKAY on Facebook, and still 94.3 on the FM band on your radio sets.
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishikesh.
So, ladies, let's get into specifics now. So, the Saturday art class is obviously on Saturday. We're talking kids from, underprivileged kids from various schools in and around Mumbai city. What really are the specifics of the curriculum, and how many schools are we talking about? How many of you tapped thus far, Manasi?
We're in 8 schools and 1 orphanage across the city. And like I said, 1,200 children, and we have 220 mentors. Those are volunteers who come into the classroom every Saturday and spend 2 hours with these children. Now, our curriculum is basically versions of inspirations from different artists that we are inspired by and want to bring into the classroom for the children. So Chhavi is actually the mastermind behind each of the lesson plans, and what we believe in is making the children work with different material every Saturday. But the most important part is we also teach them values through art. So we, at Saturday art class, we have 7 core values that are reinforced every Saturday. So essentially we provide that space for them to learn, at the same time just be children.
Wonderful. So let's get the expert in here. So Chhavi, who are the kind of artists that... There's a wonderful comment that you guys actually sent on mail to me, and I want to read that out. And it's actually a small a note on Chhavi, and it says... art is meant to be inculcated in one's daily life and not just put up on the walls of a museum. So it's not about going to a museum and seeing them in all their grandeur. They can just be at, in your walls anywhere, or on your palette or in front of you. So exactly. Who are the artists we're talking about?
So when I was in architecture school, there were a lot of artists that we studied, and we drew parallels from their life, and we took that up as inspiration. So when I went into Manasi's class first as an art teacher, and then when I was designing lesson plans for Saturday art class, what I realized was that there are a lot of artists who've faced adversities in their life. Like you talk about this Japanese artist called Yayoi Kusama, or you talk about Georgia O'Keeffe. They had mental issues, they had problems that they could not speak about openly. Things like their parents were really strict, their artist backgrounds were not supported, they had less money. So how do you deal with these situations? Do you always react to them with aggression? No. You start developing a method in which you can put that productively on paper. So at Saturday art class, that's what we were trying to do. We're trying to get the children to express themselves on paper. We understand that they have these adversities. We talk to them about artists who've had the same adversities in their life, so that they get inspiration from them and they can come over these problems and deal with them. So like Kusama, she made infinity nets on paper, and that helped her to calm her down. That was meditation for her. So we had a class where we asked children to just keep drawing patterns again and again, and that was a quiet class. Now imagine a bunch of 8-year-olds. They have so much energy. When you enter the class, it is loud on a Saturday morning. But we said, just take the brush, put it in paint, and just keep painting the nets. And we were playing music, we were playing Mozart, we were playing Coldplay, and the children reacted to it so positively. It was one of the most beautiful classes we've had.
What we've realized is that the minute the paintbrush touches the paper, the children are in some other world altogether, and none of their class teachers have seen them that quiet and that calm. So what we do is we we also focus a lot on meditation and patience, essentially. Chhavi's come up with our Saturday art class's own version of Jackson Pollock. So in one of the classes, we actually took jute rope and we dipped it in paint, and we asked the children to just hit it on canvases. And the artwork that has been produced out of this is just beautiful, because we saw all that energy, aggression, and that hyperness come out on that canvas. And post that, the children literally were just so quiet and tired, because all the energy and let's say they were just children while putting some paint on the canvas with their rope.
How smart are you girls, man? To devise methods like this. Again, it helps. You studied psychology in college,
Yes,
right?
I have.
Yeah, so a bit of child psychology in there along with the art. Okay. How does one volunteer to be a mentor? Do they have to be a Teach for India fellow like you, or are you
Not
looking for
at all.
anybody?
You need to be from a different background. You can be a college student. You can be doing a job on Monday to Saturday also. Just take 2 hours off and get onto our website www.saturdayartclass.com and click on Become a Mentor.
SaturdayArtClass.com, and once you log on, you do become a mentor. Are you on Insta, Facebook, Twitter, all of those platforms?
Yes,
Yeah?
we're on Instagram, Saturday Art Class, and Facebook, also Saturday Art Class.
Easy to find. You have any comments and questions, you start getting them in, because you're not going to hear us for just short of 10 minutes, because we're going into some messages and then we'll come back with a song. So get cracking. 1 space your comment or 1 space your question and your name to 53650. 53650 is the in-studio SMS line. On Twitter as well as Facebook, you go to the search bar, you type HRISHIKAY. I will pop up. You tweet out with your name. You post in the timeline inbox with your name, and facebook.com/radio1.mum. Any comment, any question for the Saturday art class, or just, to show gratitude to what these wonderful ladies are doing for society, giving back. I'm happy to read it out on air, so just pop it on the timeline or inbox along with your name, and it's good to go. See you in a bit. It's 9:27. I'm Hrishikesh.
94.3 Radio 1.
Madonna's version of Don McLean's American Pie. Streaming audio live online across the nation on www.onecast.in, numeral1cast.in. On your radio sets, it's 94.3 on the FM band right here in Mumbai City. And only if you're not driving, we're streaming video live now on Twitter and Periscope at HRISHIKAY. Manasi Mehan, co-founder of Saturday Art Class. Chhavi Khandelwal, co-founder of Saturday Art Class. Both of them are here. And this is fascinating. Actually, adorable more than fascinating. This is a card that one of the kids at the Saturday Art Class has made for me. It says, "To Hrishikesh Bhaiya, the dreamer." And it's a bit of art. Better than I could ever do. Fantastic. More conversation with the ladies.
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishikesh.
Radio 1.
Okay, now I understand that, you are trying to use the lesson of legendary painters from around the world who have fought against great adversity to put out their art and have used art as therapy. Any Indian artists in there in the mix who we can learn from?
Oh, so many. So actually, we collaborated with this gallery in Kalaghoda called Delhi Art Gallery, which is also in Delhi and New York. And it displays all the modern Indian artists. We wanted to find a way to break down their theory to children. So how do we do that? We started a reverse mentorship program where we started training our mentors to go break down all their paintings to the children. So we took up Hussain, we took up Jamini Roy, we took up S.H. Raza, and we started to bring that into the classroom. And Raza has very complicated theories. So how do you break that down to a child who's 8 years old or 9 years old? We were taught that at the gallery, and we were surrounded by artists like Natwar Bhavsar and Hussain and Padamsi. And then when the mentors saw that, and when they executed the same lesson plan in class, it was beautiful because it was what they had learned themselves. And these mentors are actually people who are on jobs from 9 to 5 from Monday to Friday. And then they are put forth in a classroom of 30 children where they have to take up the classroom, they have to be the leader, and they have to break down complicated art to children. So how that translated into the classroom was beautiful. And we did Natwar Bhavsar. So we celebrate festivals also at Saturday art class. So we celebrated Holi through Natwar Bhavsar's paintings. We celebrated Ganesh Chaturthi through MF Hussein's paintings. We celebrated Let's Be Children through Coco Davez's paintings. And so
beautiful. And also, these exhibitions that you're extremely proud of. One last week at Jamnabai, and this I'm given to understand is the second one. How have reactions been to that?
It was amazing because we ourselves did not know our exhibition was going to grow up to that scale. We had more than 550 children who came from our partner schools to see their artwork being displayed. And Jamnabai Nursery School has been so grateful and so supportive when we asked them to help us host the exhibition there. And Mr. Sujay Jairaj and Ms. Zinat Bujaboy, they really helped us out with everything we wanted. And we had a footfall of more than 1,000 people who came to Jamnabai on Sunday to support our big little artists. And so each week that we conducted Saturday art class for, that week was displayed and mixed artwork of all these children. So we had more than 1,000 pieces that we had put up, and it was a big hit.
I'd like to add something to that. So what the children saw when they came to school was the fact that they had ownership, and they got the confidence that their paintings were displayed in a school where not just their peers were invited, but also people from outside the world, outside their own community world, were invited to see their paintings. So that kind of gave them the confidence to actually go out in the world and say, okay, you know what, I'm good at this. Something that they don't really get, that reinforcement, that encouragement,
and that confidence,
that space where they can be children, and they're encouraged constantly to say that, you know what, there's nothing wrong, there's nothing right in art, it's just art, it's yourself, you put that out, you were brave enough, and it's displayed for the world to see.
Well, we are displaying it for the world to see on video. So you guys, even if you're listening to us on 94.3 on a radio set, get to wherever you are, and whenever you have a few moments free, and check out the videos, because the videos will have a sufficient artwork in the frame. There's a little frame we've placed right near the mic console, and I'm holding out these wonderful postcards that they've done. And obviously, when you're a not-for-profit like the Saturday art classes, you've got to think of ways and means to raise funds, and that's what we're going to talk about next. Let's do the Imagine Dragons, whatever it takes. 9:43. I'm Hrishi K. Back in a bit.
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
Radio 1.
Imagine Dragons, whatever it takes. Audio live online across the nation. www.onecast.in, numeral 1cast.in. And 94.3 on the FM band on your radio sets, and now streaming video live on Instagram at HRISHIKAY. For those of you who just tuned in, Manasi and Chhavi are from the Saturday art class, using some wonderful examples of art and getting the children to indulge in art. And these are underprivileged kids from various schools around the city, and really improving their lives by miles and miles. Okay, now let's come to the fact that you've got to raise your funds, right? I mean, as a not-for-profit, what else is your recourse? So you're creating these postcards, and you're creating some wonderful T-shirts, and it's called ATO, ATO.
Yes,
that's quite cool. That's quite avant-garde. So Chhavi, explain what ATO is.
So ATO means means art in Japanese, and what we wanted to do through ATO was to bring out the drawings that the children have done. We call them the Big Little ATO artists, and put them on T-shirts, which are so comfortable, 100% mercerized cotton, and put it out to the world. So it's a way for people who are not mentoring, who are not a part of Saturday art class actively. You can still come and support our cause, and you can take that initiative up by just purchasing these T-shirts, the proceeds of which will go into funding Saturday art class, so we can take up more schools, we can take up more children, and we can reach out to a larger audience.
Lovely. Sorry, you want to add to that, Manasi?
So we had this class that was based on my home, and we asked the children to draw what home for them means. And we had some amazing artwork. Like, we had a child who drew a sun, but a flat-faced sun. And then we asked the child, like, why is it, like, not happy? Sun, like, usually a child will draw a sun happy. And he said, Didi, you know, it's how I feel on a Monday, because I have to wake up and the sun is just like, it's my mood. And so we put that on a t-shirt and we called it the Monday. We then had a child who drew a guy flying a kite and just a bicycle, and then we called it the Dreamer. And we have one t-shirt which says the all over the place, because the children have drawn dustbins but they've written the wrong spelling, and we just found it so adorable. So again, it's on our t-shirt. And what we really realized is that we see a lot of exposed wiring in most of their drawings, because that's how it is in their house.
Yeah.
So we've put that television set with that exposed wire, the cable and the switch, that has been such intricate details have been put into their artwork, and all that has been put onto our t-shirts. So
you can really see what they're thinking, and whatever they think is actually coming out on paper. So it's amazing how innocent they are. They don't really hold anything back. It's, if you give them the space to really express themselves, they will just put that out on paper with all their hearts.
Okay, so how can one order Arto?
go on to SaturdayArtClass.com/Arto and you can get your Arto there.
SaturdayArtClass.com/Arto, and remember it's ATO. You have a payment gateway and everything organized.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can pay whatever means suits you. And postcards also available there. Yeah.
They're not available as of now.
Okay.
They're just for you.
Oh, I see. Yeah, but this is an idea. You know,
Yeah.
you might want to put these out too.
Yeah.
So there are these wonderful postcards also, and so you keep an ear out or an eye out for Saturday Art Class online, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or on their website, and maybe these will pop up soon on your timeline. We're going to take some messages and come back. I can squeeze in one more segment with the ladies. It's 950 absolutely live. You know what to do. One space your comment or one space your question and your name to 53650 on SMS. On Twitter and Facebook, you go to the search bar, you type HRISHIKAY. You could tweet out with your name, post in the inbox you inbox us or post in the timeline on Facebook along with your name, and facebook.com/radio1.mum. I will read out comments at the end of the show. See you in a bit for a last leg of conversation.
94.3 Radio 1.
The Chainsmokers, Everybody Hates Me, faggot of the show, 9:58. Chhavi and Manasi from the Saturday Art Class, really empowering underprivileged kids through art. What a noble venture. A last leg of conversation.
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishikesh.
Radio 1.
Okay, ladies, you're just opening up your mentorship program again, and I'm very pleased to know that our common friend Anshuman is also teaching there. I mean, he's a cool techie, if I could call him that, and his skills are coming into play in certain areas. So
Yes.
you don't, guys, all of you are listening, you don't necessarily have to have a background in psychology or teaching like Manasi has, or a background in architecture or art that Chhavi has. You can bring any skill to the table, right? Yeah.
At Saturday Art Class, we believe that every child is an artist and everyone has some sort of creativity. You do not need to be an artist to come and mentor at Saturday Art Class. All you need to do is just you would want to be spending your time to come and help some children out and teach them art and values on a Saturday. That's about it.
Okay. So what's the screening process like? I hope it's not too stringent. You just meet them, spend some time with them and figure out whether they are mentors or not. And then you put them through a training process. Is that the way it is?
We have a 6-week mentorship program.
Great.
So if a volunteer wants to become a mentor, they have to commit to a 6-week of mentoring, which is 6 Saturdays, because that's the amount of time it takes for a child to open up to you and for you to be acquainted with the way a classroom works. So it's better if it's for a longer period of time. And 6 Saturdays is really not that long if you go to see, because you keep coming back. It's never enough.
Correct. So where do they apply for people who've tuned in late to this broadcast? Yeah.
Go on to our website www.saturdayartclass.com and click on Become a Mentor and fill in the form and we will get back to you.
I also noticed that you have an email ID. Yeah. Is it info at? Do you want to give that out too? Yeah.
If you have any queries or questions or want to apply or contribute, you can send us an email on info@saturdayartclass.com.
Okay, ladies, the future, what does it hold? I'm not asking you for your dynamic 5-year plans, but just in the immediate future.
Thank God. So we are planning to grow bigger. So we are planning to take up 5,000 children for the next year, which is why we want to we want to increase our community number. We want to increase our mentor numbers, because we believe that for the millennials, you can only be successful if you're a part of the community. And we want to form a community of like-minded individuals who want to do good and who want to give children a chance and promote education. And also at the same time, we want to make everyone understand that there is a certain education inequity and inequality in India, and you only understand that if you enter a classroom, if you enter a government or low-income private school classroom, because we all were from schools that were high income. And then when I actually went in to Manasi's class for the first time, I was surprised that this is how most of our population actually studies. So if tomorrow somebody's complaining about throwing wrapper on the roads or not having proper cleanliness or aggression or all of those things, it's because we don't know where the root problems actually come from. So if you really want to be a part, just spend 2 hours on a Saturday, come, give them a chance, and you won't regret it. We promise.
Lovely. Ishan Dhoot on Facebook, great work. Inspiration for all and awesome work for all the children. Keep it up. Sunny Kumar Singh says hello. Kaushal Kumar and Rajved, thank you for shouting out. Shweta Arya says awesome. Hina Huria says you guys absolutely rock. Raja, thank you for shouting out. Pallavi Geria, thank you for shouting out. I'm just switching pages, so you got to give me a moment. There's so many platforms that we're interacting with you guys on. So, Sudha Raman, good morning. Saturday art class, such a lovely initiative. Great work, Chhavi and Manasi. Good luck. Kavita Overlekar, art is therapeutic for everyone. You guys can actually go back because we've tagged your Facebook page, so all these messages are under that live broadcast. So Ankit Desai, good morning. Vidya Nair, very good understanding of kids by girls who are so young themselves. Lawrence Mascarenas, nice work, all the best. Vidya Nair, very noble cause, she adds. Lawrence shouts a big good morning to you guys. Now moving to Twitter. Ketan, amazing work, but something that my friend Abhik has also been doing. So we need more people.
Yeah,
fantastic.
great.
So if a friend of yours has also been doing that, very happy. Ashish Basin, outstanding. Well done, all involved. Take a bow. So that's all we have time for because we've cracked into the 10 o'clock hour. Thanks very much, ladies.
Thank you so much for having us.
And we hope to see you at Saturday art class soon.
Of course, yes. Up ahead, T20 Premier League action. Also, our tea teller with amazing tea stories from around the world and the country. You don't want to go anywhere. I'm Hrishikesh. We're at 10:03.
94.3 Radio 1.